And here is our Protoss player hailing from Sweden. He's down a game. He's going to want to come back here and tie it in this game so he can take it to a game 3. Hopefully advance to the round of 16. SaSe. Now notice he actually doesn't have a team right now.
Yeah, recently leaving MYM as far as I know.
Yeah, he said he's kind of looking around for a team that can offer him what he wants and still kind of testing the waters. And here is his opponent from Korea, his first time in GSL.
MVP Sniper.
Doing well so far.
Now, what's interesting to note immediately here is that SaSe did not wall off at his ramp.
Oh, interesting.
Now, this may be intentional, but from my perspective, it's almost impossible to make this work very well if your opponent does certain builds. For example, there's a very speedling heavy opener. You could run in, do a lot of damage. It's very difficult to defend.
It's kind of interesting how something that, like, you know, back in Starcraft 1, you know, like using buildings tactically was something that people kind of had to figure out a little bit early on, and it became like a trick to do, and now it's like actually something that's built into the balance of the game.
Yeah.
StarCraft 2, it's just kind of funny. But yeah, he's getting a gate. He got his gas. He's just going for a normal core build here. That's very interesting.
I definitely want to ask him about this if it was intentional they didn't wall off, because it's very difficult to make a good wall off. I mean, sure, he's going to make the core here. Here's going to be something he can do. If his opponent tries to run Zerglings, it's going to be hard for him to do that because there's going to be units there, there's going to be probes to defend, but it just allows counterattacks to happen that shouldn't happen.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Sniper actually went pool first.
Yeah.
So this is actually not going to be too good for SaSe. Maybe he was hoping to try and, I don't know, get Zealots out early and try and harass if he expanded or something like that.
We'll see as time goes on to figure this out. I mean, to be real with you guys, if he decides to make more gateways off of one base, he can just put those, he can make another pile and then like wall off later anyways, and it'll be fine. But I'm just trying to figure out if he's trying to do this intentionally. I don't think he is. I mean, he's got his buildings positioned in such a way as like kind of walled off in his main.
Is he 4-gating?
No, I don't think so, but he is only mining that gas with one probe. And he made an extra pile and he's making a sentries. I don't know, I was like, maybe something tipped you off on that mole trap, but I don't think so.
Okay, I was just...
So there's the wall.
Just because he only had the one gate and he was only using one gas, so I'm like, was he... I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what was going on. So he does wall off with those extra gateways, though. So he may just transition this into a 3-gate expand.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's going to do.
Huh. Okay.
So, Zealot taking a lot of hits here. Force field goes off, so the Zerglings can't retreat.
No escape for the Zerglings. Oh, and
Zealot
the Zealot survives.
Surviving. 4 hit points left.
4 hit points.
So yeah, he is going to 3-gate expand beyond this, and that's what I was saying. I was like, let's be real with you. I'll be real with you guys, and there it is. Just make the gateways wall off later.
Nicely done.
If he didn't do that now, when these speedlings are out, things could get nasty. As long as he has it up in time.
Now, because of that, though, Sniper, he knows that there's 3 gates.
Yep, that's really one of those things where I'm like, well, I don't understand the advantage of not walling off.
Yeah.
In this case.
And there's the expansion going up now. Hopefully this will go better than last time. He's trying to cancel that Nexus, actually. Trying to force a cancel. He doesn't have a ton of units. The warp gates are up. 3 more Zealots warping in.
He's not going to have to cancel it.
So he's not going to have to cancel it. Now, last time when he did those DTs, he had so few units. When the Zerglings came in, he had like 1 sentry and 1 Zealot and a probe. And so that's part of why he lost that game, is he just couldn't defend the early Zerglings. This time, he's going to be much better defended. And it looks like we're going to go into a macro game. At this point in the game, SaSe was behind like 15 supply, and now he's ahead a little bit. So, so this is looking pretty good, I think.
We kind of kept Sniper guessing a little bit. Now Sniper knows exactly what's going on. Making 2 spines at the front of his base, preparing for possible aggression. And when you see a 3-gate sentry expand, it's almost silly to not put on aggression after you get your Nexus up. And that's exactly what he's going to do here. There's no Roach War. This actually could be pretty bad for Sniper. He's only got 2 spines here. That's all he's going to have when this attack hits. And there's no Roach War, and there's not that many Zerglings. The Zerglings aren't even at home. He's not even going to get those Zerglings into a good position. They're going to get taken out on their way home.
Wow, Zealot's moving in here. He's have to fall back from the Spine Crawlers. Nice force fields protecting from the Lings coming behind. Trapping the Queens in as well. I think he did a transfuse on the spine crawler. It might not be enough. One queen goes down, but almost all the zealots are gone as well. And he's having to warp in more units, but so far, Sniper holding pretty well.
Well, he knows that there are only Zerglings, so he's warping in only Zealots, and he is going to be in really good shape. He's going to have some force fields here as well.
A lot of Zerglings there, though.
Ooh,
nice force fields protecting the sentries.
And putting the Zealots in a position where the Zerglings can't really hit them very easily. But that one spine is doing so much damage, though.
Yeah, that one spine, Hero Spine Crawler doing tons of damage from the side. If he'd been a little bit different position, he would have been within range of it. But still nicely done. And SaSe putting down a Twilight Council at his front door. And looks like he's going to be forced to retreat from this. I don't think he's going to be able to...
Well, I don't know. If he continues to pressure forward...
Well, I guess, I mean, if he keeps warping in...
Yeah, I mean, he could potentially still make this work. He just doesn't want to overcommit. He can't lose these units.
Yeah.
He just wants to trap some Lings. Those spines in such a good spot, though. If he had executed this a little bit better when he first did, he could have done so much more with this. Now I think he's feeling the same way I am, just feeling very frustrated, like, I messed up, I missed my chance here, and now he wants to keep making more units. But back at home, he's got the Twilight, like you were saying. Probably going to research Blink immediately. Continue to be aggressive at the front, wants to trap some Lings, and Sniper's just not taking the bait.
Yeah, and there are a lot of Zerglings there, so he does have to be careful. He can't stop looking at that for a moment. Or, you know, if the Zerglings move out, they could trap that. Well, I guess then he could just throw down the force fields. He's been very, very good with his force fields, and I think it's wise of SaSe to fall back. It's kind of one of those situations where it's like, okay, I could do some damage here still, but I'm gonna get out of here just for now, just to make sure I don't lose my army and lose the game.
Yeah, SaSe gonna lose his pylon though, which is gonna supply block him temporarily. And +2 being researched here. Getting Blink now from the Twilight Council. I'd like to see him take a third base pretty soon. He's made Sniper make a ton of units.
Yeah, that's true.
Sniper's drone count right now is 45 drones of 42 probes. Sniper doesn't really feel comfortable taking a third base himself at this point because SaSe has such a large and scary army. He knows that Blink is on the way. He knows that taking a third base might not be the best option right now. He's researching Roach speed, +2 weapons, Overlord drops, getting a Baneling nest. He's prepared for some aggression and also possibly defensive posturing if need be. SaSe getting a Robo.
Yeah, he's going to try and get into those sort of mid-game Baneling drop that we see. He might try and drop... we don't see people, for some reason, drop like Banelings in the probe lines as much, but we will definitely see him do like rolling Baneling drops on top of SaSe's army in the middle of battles.
Well, when it's like very sentry heavy like this, it's a very important thing to do.
Yeah.
+2 melee attacks, almost on 9 Roaches on the way. Those Roaches they do have speed, so they're going to be quite formidable. SaSe playing a little bit passively at this point. I think he's nervous about taking a third base, doesn't really know how many units Sniper has. Meanwhile, Sniper's Overlord's drops are done. He's made 20 Banelings. They're all hatching right now. And we could see some massive
That is a lot of Banelings.
Drops.
And he's got Roaches. We actually could see him go for an attack here. Just a big Roach Baneling drop, and that could kill SaSe.
Well, I would if I kept checking with my Zerglings like Sniper is doing, and I saw this very sentry-heavy army. I would be thinking, well, I definitely want to do it. Look how many Roaches he has as well. He's making 20 more Zerglings around him. He's going to do a 2-base timing attack, and SaSe is moving out right now. SaSe might get caught in an awkward position.
Yeah.
If the Lings get behind those Stalkers, and there are Banelings and Overlords flying over that army, I don't know, Moletrap. I think SaSe could really regret pushing out here.
Yeah, there's a lot of Roaches there too. He does have Blink, but this is going to be really dangerous for SaSe. Nice force fields blocking the entire army behind. Beautiful force fields, but the Overlords can go right over. He needs to be careful, the Overlords. And one dropping in his main as well, killing so many probes. Oh no!
And during that, Overlords dropped on SaSe's sentries. He moved everything back, but then suddenly moved the sentries forward, losing every sentry. Now his Stalker's desperately trying to blink back. Another Overlord drop!
Oh no, he doesn't pull his probes!
Oh, and now Sniper is in such a lead. GG.
Oh my god, that was painful.
Well, not much else to say about that one, man.
Oh, I'm sick to my stomach now, man. That was hard to watch.
Well, Sniper will advance to the round of 16. SaSe knocked out of Code A. But you'll be seeing more of this guy, though.
Yeah.
He'll be staying in Korea for about a month, at the very least.
Yeah. I think Thorzane's planning on staying for about a month also, depending on how he does.
And I'm sure Jinro will be staying as well.
Yes, Jinro is going to be staying as well.
And Naniwa also will be staying. Yeah, that game, I'm just like trying to change the subject and stuff.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. We can put that behind us.
Well, it's just SaSe played well, but then there was this moment where he was a little too passive, and then he went out to attack somewhat randomly.
Yeah.
He didn't even go to check the third base. He like went to the front of Sniper's base.
Well, he just got an observer out, and I think he decided to attack while the observer was still building or just still going over there, so he didn't know exactly what he was running into, and I don't know. I feel like maybe he didn't know those Banelings were in the Overlords when he scouted or something.
Well, and
he saw like all Lings and Roaches. He's like, I can take this with Blink and Force Fields.
Yeah,
and
his
then,
Force Fields were great. Those were some perfect Force Fields. But then, I don't know if you guys got a shot of it because I know the Baneling drop was going on. On my screen, I was watching that. I think your screen was watching the Baneling drop. He had all of his sentries forward, and he saw the Overlords, and he pulled them back for a second. Then he pulled them all forward, and that was like right when every single Baneling dropped out, and all of his sentries died. And even some of the Stalkers and Zealots were taken out as well from those same Banelings, and then there were just too many units, and I mean, like, 3 different things just crushed SaSe at once. There's 2 Baneling drops, and then the Baneling drop on top of his units. He can't watch everything. That was like, really well done by Sniper.
It's like, well, I'll tell you what it's like. After a quick break, we're going to go to a break. We're going to have our last match. Naniwa, the last hope for Sweden, is going to be fighting against Czech Prime after this break. We'll see you soon.